Upper lip is the upper border of the opening up of the mouth, and lower lip it is the lower part of the rima oris, and opening up of the mouth is the anterior opening up of the digestive system. So what's a jaw? Jaw is the upper jaw formed by the maxilla and premaxilla, and lower jaw is formed by the mandible. Then throat is found in the posterior end of the jaw where head meets the neck, and all these terminologies a veterinarian has to be very thorough, and it is the external opening up of the auditory system. And temporal fossa is the circular depression found below the base of the ear, and upper eyelid it is the upper part of the eyeball, and lower eyelid is the lower part of the eyeball, and eyelashes are the hairs growing from border of the eyelids, whereas the parts of the neck are apex of the neck. So it's a point angle where head joins the neck, and crest, upper ridge of the neck starting from the pole, and jugular furrow is longitudinal depression found parallel to the lower bar of the neck, and the jugular vein is the situation in the jugular furrow or groove, and hollow of the neck it is the shallow depression found in the side of the this neck, and main is the tuft of the hairs growing over the crest of the neck, falling towards one side. So this mane is a characteristic of the horses. Dewlap is a pendulous fold of the skin hanging down the part of the neck, and this may be used for cooling system of the animal. And the part of the trunk then withers, and point of the withers it is the highest point on the top line and is formed by the supraspinous process of third, fourth, fifth thoracic vertebrae. Then hump is a fleshy protuberance found in the back of the animal, and back is the portion of behind the withers, and up to the point where the last rib gets attached. It is formed by the thoracic vertebrae is in contact with that of the region, and line is the region formed between the back and the point of the crow, and point of the rung it is the highest point behind the loins, and formed by the two internal angles of the ilium. So rump is the part between the point of the rump up to the base of the tail, and is formed by the supraspinous process of the sacral vertebrae. So this is the where the human rides, and dock of the tail or base of the tail. So it is the point at which the tail commences. Then body of the tail means it is the main structure of the tail and is formed by the coccygeal vertebrae. Switch is the tail and bunches of the hairs growing from the body of the tail. And brisket is the muscular bulges found in either side of the middle between the forelimbs, and floor of the chest wall it is the lower portions of the chest and is formed by the body of the sternum, and girth is circumference around the chest and just chest of the point of the belly, and abdomen is the area uh, behind the chest, and umbilicus or navel it is a dark deepest depression around in, and found in case of the abdominal wall. So the prepuce of prepucial opening is the fold of the skin around the posterior part in case of a male, and hollow or plank, then flap of the flank, and barrel. Yes, we need to see comprises belly and flank. Anus, we know the end part of the digestive system, and forelimb, shoulder joint, point of the shoulder, then arm. These are all the parts of the forelimb. Then elbow joint is formed between the lower end of the humerus and upper end of the radius and ulna. Knee joint is formed by the lower end of the radius, ulna, carpus joint, bones, and upper end of the metacarpal bone. Then the fetlock joint is the lower end of the large metacarpal bone, metacarpal, not the tarsal, in the front limb. Then pastern, toe, point of elbow, then the hip joint, thigh, stifle joint. Hip joint is uppermost strong joint and stifle joint is formed between the lower and femur and upper end of the tibia. So it is in the hind limb. Hock joint, lower part of the tibia, tarsal bone, etc. Anyway, we will see the photographs in the next some of the features. So in females, udder portion of the gland, vulva, milking, penis, scrotum, testicles, and all these terms are very well terminologies to any of the veterinary doctors. So I need not explain much of this thing, and these are all some of the parts of the sheep, and almost all of these have got the similar structures. Apart from that of the tassels are the two appendages of the skin hanging from the throat, tassels, and also called as the throat folds or doodles or wattles in certain breeds of the sheep only. Lacrimal pouch is a pouch situated between the linus of canthus of the eye. Then inguinal pouch is a shallow depression in the inguinal region and in the sexes. Okay, it is the produces a similar type of the thing and interdigital pouch, horns, gigot, the name applied to the thigh of a sheep. So this type of the terminals we need to tell. Gigot is the name of the applied to the thigh of the sheep. And knob, it is the ram that has increased growth on the nose just above the nostrils. So this is also the goat. Then same thing, tassels are there, inguinal pouch is there, and also it is having lot of other structures, and you can see this thing is in case of a interdigital pouch is situated in interdigital phase. The lining of this pouch is pale and thin and fine colorless hair. The secretion is colorless and waxy in nature. Horns, then once again the gigot. Gigot is the name applied to the thigh of a sheep. Pig, once again it is containing some of the special feature like the curved tail and ham, rear flank, then sheet, underline, belly, dew claws, etc. Snout is the special structure where it is very stronger, and jaw and eye. Then the rooster chicken male, it is having the blades of, or they are also called as the points of the comb, and the wattles are characteristic of the male chicken. And of course, it is also there in case of female and parts of the hen. These are all the different type of the hen, and the tail covered feathers cushion. This is part is called as the cushion, and that's about the body parts of the different animals. And thanks.